Hey everybody, Jimmy Savouini, Wild West Bass Trail. Welcome to Day 3, Championship Day of the SuperClean Showdown here on beautiful Lake Shasta, California. The next hour and a half or so, we're going to go through, we're going to weigh in our top 10 pros, top 10 co-anglers, and we're going to determine a champion on each side. And how it works, we're going to bring them up in reverse order. 10th place first, starting with the co-anglers. We're going to put our leader on the hot seat, the SuperClean hot seat over here. We're going to bring them up one at a time, starting with 10th place. And as they bump the weight, we'll move them off, and we'll bring the next guy up. And at the end of it all, we'll let our leader from Day 2 weigh in last, and we will determine a champion, both sides, pro and co. So stay tuned. We're getting ready to go here with our anglers, and we're about ready to get started. I'd like to thank all our great sponsors. You guys see them all on the banners here behind me. Look their websites up. Give them a shot at your business. That's all they ask for. We appreciate it very much. All right, guys, you ready to go? Let's bring up our Day 2 leader, co-angler, Shaun Mock. He had a 2-day total of 23:13. We're going to put him on the hot seat. Hello, buddy.
Thank you.
So come over here for just a second. Let's talk real quick. So Shaun goes on the hot seat. He's our Day 2 leader. He had about a 3-pound lead, I think, going into today. And we're going to set him down, start bringing everybody up. You ready to do this?
I guess so.
Let's get it. All right, let's do it. All right. In 10th place, coming into Day 3, Seth Meyers. He had a total of 1843. He needs 4.70 to take the lead and sit in our hot seat. Welcome, Seth.
Thank you.
All right, we're gonna show everybody these fish here. You want to pull them out of that bag one at a time and show them to everybody. We'll put them in this bag. We'll get your weight. Fish number 1. Beautiful Lake Shasta bass. Fish number 2. There you go. They're getting a little bigger, folks. A little better bass there. Nice fish. Number 4. Here we go. How about that? And fish number 5. A nice fat spotted Lake Shasta bass. All right, step over here. We'll take a look. Needs 4.70 to take the lead. Today's weight, 794. New leader, Seth Meyers. Great job. Tell us a little bit about it. Did you catch a bunch today?
We had it was sort of a shortened day. It wasn't as fruitful as the other 2 days. The bite really kind of cut off, but we caught them.
Very good. We'll get on over there in the SuperClean hot seat. Have a seat there. We'll see if it holds up for you. Coming into today in 9th place, after 2 days, Peyton Gordon. Peyton comes to us from Bella Vista, California. He had 1863 for the 2 days. He needs 774 here to knock our guy Seth Meyers off the hot seat. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing pretty good.
Show him to us.
All right.
Fish number 1. Solid fish. Number 2 goes in. Everybody's been bringing limits to us. I'll tell you what, the fishing's awful good out there. Number 3, solid fish. There's Peyton. He's got it. He's having fun. And a dandy kicker. There's a little kicker. Nice. Beautiful fish. All right, we're going to weigh these fish. 774 is the number we're looking for here. These fish are going to go on Day 3. 776. How about that? I told you, man, it gets a little tight around here sometimes. You think that'll hold up?
I'm hoping.
Well, we got 8 more guys that are going to come try to run you down. Grab a seat over here. Peyton Gordon takes the hot seat, SuperClean hot seat. So like I said, we might see a lot of shifting around here, guys. There's lots more to come here. Coming in number 8 today, 8th place, Robert Tibbits. Robert comes from us from Susanville, California. He needs 7.30 to take the lead. How you doing, Robert?
Good. Good day.
Welcome back to the stage. You want to dig in there and start pulling those fish out of there and show them to everybody. Number 1 looks like a nice fish. Number 2. Lively Lake Shasta bass. Those live wells kept them nice and healthy. They're all in great shape. And there we go. Really 2 dandy nice bass right there. Very nice. All right, we're looking for 7.30. Think you got that?
I think I got it.
Looked like it. And here we go. How about 9.94? Robert Tibbits, great bag of fish on championship day. That'll put you where you want to be for now.
Yes, it will.
All right, let's see how it goes.
All right.
Coming in today, day 3 in 7th place, Jason Fuchs. Come on up, Jason. Folks, sorry. Anderson, California. We need 9.83, sir. Good to see you. Welcome back to the stage, Wild West Bass Trail.
Yes, sir.
So let's see what you got. Fish number 1. Live wells did a great job today, keeping them alive. You catch a bunch today?
Not as many as I've been going for the last days.
Sure.
The pattern I was fishing kind of slowed down.
Sure. Dropped off a little bit. The weather changed on us. Things kind of changed up a little bit. Beautiful Lake Shasta bass right there. And last but not least, a beautiful fish to kick it. Tell us your thoughts. You think you got enough?
What do I need?
983. 983 to take the lead. How about 759 today? Good bag of fish. He does not take our leader off the hot seat. He stays there. Tell us a little bit about your experience, your tournament.
This was my first tournament with. Oh, sorry. This was my first tournament with Wild West Bass, and it's been an awesome event. I've drawn 3 awesome pros the last 3 days. For those of you that are thinking about coming out here and doing this, it's worth the experience. Today we had awesome weather. Couldn't have asked for anything better because of the sunshine. We've been soaked for 3 days, and now we get to finally dry out. So it's been great. Enjoy having everybody out here.
Thanks very much for fishing Wild West Bass Trail. You did a great job. Great weekend for you. Next to the stage, coming in today in 6th place today, Scott Byrne from San Rafael, California. He's going to need 975. He had a 2-day total of 1928. Going to need 975 to move our leader off of the SuperClean hot seat. Got a nice bag of fish he's going to show us here. Number 1. Lake Shasta spotted bass. Millions of them out there in this lake. Fish number 2. Nice healthy fish. Number 3. And number 4. And last but not least, another 5 fish limit coming to the scales today. A beautiful spotted bass out of Lake Shasta. We'll get ready here. 975. Think you got it?
No, it's gonna be short.
Let's give him 784 today on Championship Sunday. Still a nice bag of fish, very representative. You did a great job, and we don't move our leader. But tell us about your weekend.
Had great pros to fish with. Mike Nicolini was awesome. I fished with him 2 days. I'd like to thank the city of Reading they did a really, they're always hospitable up here. I love this area. I'd love to move up here so bad. It's so beautiful, and you live in a very special place. Thanks again to Wild West for coming out.
Thank you, sir, for coming out. I agree with you. Redding's been very hospitable. Everybody here has welcomed the anglers. It's been a great experience. We can't thank them enough for their hospitality. Next to the stage, my buddy Chris Raines came in today in number 5 position. 1938, a 2-day total, needs 965 to get over here on our SuperClean hot seat. Hello, Chris. Hey, good to see you. Welcome back. I'm going to show these folks some beautiful fish. There's a little fatty. Beautiful fish. Number 2 for Mr. Raines. Chris comes to us from Soledad, California. It's down the way here. And there's fish number 5. He caught him again. Get ready to weigh him in here. 965. Chris, what do you think?
No, not going to do it.
Let's give Chris 623 today on Championship Sunday. Still a nice 5-fish limit. Great job out there. Tell us a little bit about your 3 days out here on Lake Shasta.
Oh, it was great. Anytime I come to Shasta, it's awesome. I got to thank my pros from the last 3 days. Everybody was great. They kept me around fish, and couldn't ask for more than that. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. We appreciate it. It's always great to go out with these guys and be able to catch a bunch of fish and have a great weekend and come up here and make a great paycheck with Wild West Bass Trail as well. We appreciate you fishing with us. We'll see you again down the road.
Absolutely.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. How we doing over here, buddy? You nervous yet?
Yeah, I'm nervous.
Sorry about that.
Very nervous.
Hang in there. We got a few more guys here going to come try to get you out of there. Coming in 4th place today, needs no introduction. This guy's been in the top 10 many times. He is no stranger to this stage for sure. My old buddy Dante Ray out of Reno, Nevada. Dante had a 2-day total of 1977. He needs 926 today to knock our current leader off of the SuperClean hot seat. Hello, Dante.
How you doing, Jimmy?
I'm doing great, buddy. It's good to see you.
You too.
Ready to show these folks some good fish here?
I am. Didn't really catch them today like I have the past 2 days, but had a very good tournament. Anytime you make it to the top 10, it's a blessing. So I'm great.
Let's see what you got, buddy. I know you always catch them, so I know you got 5 in there. 5 beautiful fish. Dante the Magician. I tell you what, I fished with this guy down in Lake Havasu a few years ago, and you know, you always want your guy in the back of the boat to have a great experience, but I was scared of him all day long. He caught him all day long behind me. So this guy knows how to catch him. He's been there many times. There you go. And here we go for the last 2. Way to go, Dante. Beautiful bag of fish once again, 5-fish limit. So tell us a little bit about it, Dante. Tell us about your weekend. Tell us about everything you did. Maybe even tell us about your techniques. I know you like to use a lot of different techniques. Let's weigh these guys first here. 5 fish, 659 for Dante Ray. A little bit short today, but a 5-fish limit. Tell us a little bit about how you did it, and you know, you already told us about the guys you fished with. Tell us a little bit about how you approached this lake this in the last 3 days.
With the conditions that were present, I stayed with my best finesse tactic, which is a shaky head made by Frenzy Baits. It's called the nail. I used that exclusively through the entire tournament. That made my bag for every day of the tournament. I did have an A-rig fish that was mixed in between, but the nail, if you've never seen it, if you don't know anything about it, go check it out. It's a game changer. Absolutely.
Very cool. Dante's always got these little subtle things he does. I'm always curious to pick his brain because he's always making these baits that I never saw before. So, Dante, once again, great finish here on Lake Shasta. It's always a pleasure. You're just a compliment to the sport, and we really love having you out. Thanks for fishing with Wild West.
Thanks,
you bet.
Jimmy.
All right, brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you, man.
You bet. Good job. He's still there, folks. He's weathering the storm. He's nervous. He's twitching. But he's there. Coming in today in third place, Teddy Snider, local out of Redding, California. Came in today with 20.48. He needs 8.55 pounds to take the lead. Another 5-fish limit coming up out of the lake here. Getting ready to show them to us. Fish number 1. He needs 8.55 to take the lead. They're lively. Live wells take care of Ranger live wells, best in the business. Taking good care of our fish out there. Our anglers, I got to give them a compliment on that. They're always taking care of our resource. There's a beautiful spotted bass. Yeah, there we go. We like that one. And last but certainly not least, how about that one? Hey, that's what we're talking about. Now that's what you call a kicker. That is a toad Lake Shasta bass right there. Great job. Great job, man. All right. We're going to push the leader here, folks. Let's check it out. He needs 8.55. Let's ring up 11.53 and put him right into the lead. Perfect. Teddy Snider, Redding, California local. Goes right to the SuperClean hot seat. How's that feel?
Feels pretty good, but the leader did have quite a lead on me.
Yeah, well, I mean, that remains to be seen. But you know what? I guess there's no better spot to be to see how it shakes out than the SuperClean hot seat, which is where you're headed. So congratulations. That's a beautiful fish. What'd you catch that fish on?
I caught that fish dart heading.
Finesse tactic with a darter head. What kind of bait?
I was using a Yamamoto Sancho bait. It's a crawdad imitation, almost like a salamander.
So what time of day did you catch that fish real quick? And when that fish bit, I'm going to assume that you obviously knew you had a toad on.
Well, let's rewind a little bit and go back to my day. We had some motor issues. We could only do about 8 miles an hour. We had a long idle back, and we just stopped at the right spot at the right time, and it was on.
Did it pull hard? I mean, you just had to know you had a big one.
It gave the little tick. They're just not really eating it real strong right now, and when I cranked down on them, that first surge, I knew.
Congratulations. I mean, there is nothing more thrilling, folks, than on championship day to catch a fish like that, to know that that might send you over the top. That's what we live for. That's what this sport's all about. Congratulations, Teddy. Have a seat right over here. Shake hands with your nemesis there, and we'll see what happens. So, we're getting down to it, folks. Coming in today in third place, Shaun Hill, next to the stage. Shaun had 20.70 in the first 2 days. He needs 11.31 to take the lead. And we're going to look at these beautiful fish here in a second. How are you, sir?
Not too bad, man. How are you?
Very good. Welcome back to the stage. Tired, long day. Absolutely. All right, show us what you got here. Let's take a look at them. Fish number 1, beautiful, healthy fish. Man, you're cool as a cucumber over here, man. You good?
Yeah, worst case scenario, I have a 13-mile drive home.
Yeah, there you go. No kidding. No kidding. I tell you what, it's 16 hours for me, so that's a big difference. I love his attitude. Sitting there in the hot seat, and all he's worried about is a 15-minute ride to the house. He needs 11.31 to knock Teddy off the hot seat. And there's a beauty. Nice stout fish. Might even have another one in there we like. There you go. Beautiful fish. Nice kicker. Nice solid bag of fish. We'll see what happens here. Tell us a little bit about your 3 days and your experience, and a little bit on how you caught them.
Oh, it was a heck of a time, man. I had a blast. You know, I had 3 great pros. They were awesome. Shasta's a beautiful lake. There's a lot of fish here. You know, Friday I keyed in on the Ned rig, man, and I just never put it down.
So throwing that Ned rig, for all you guys that may not know what a Ned rig is, little pill-shaped jig head, and we tip it with kind of a finesse bait. What kind of a plastic were you throwing on the Ned?
The Z-Man, 4-inch Z-Man, green pumpkin. So
very nice. It just kind of looks like a little tiny stick bait, very unobtrusive, but very, very effective, especially on these spotted bass, huh?
they are. Very effective.
795 was his weight today. Come up a little short. We really appreciate you fishing with us. Hope you had a great time. We'll see you down at Don Pedro. Okay, so we got one guy over here, Teddy Snider, and we have yesterday's leader. So we are going to get ready to shake this whole thing out. You guys ready? Ready to see what happens here? So, yesterday's leader, Shaun Mock, coming to the stage to see how this all works out. Welcome back, Shaun. We've had a few guys that have had your seat, and you want it back, don't you?
Absolutely.
Very good. Well, absolutely. That's what this is all about, electricity. Let's take him out one at a time real slow and show him to everybody and see what happens. He needs 888 to be crowned our champion. Gonna be tight, folks. Lake Shasta, hundreds make all the difference. I mean, it can go any way. That's a nice first fish there.
If he caught him, that's great.
Another 5 fish limit. That's a beauty. Nice fish. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Come on in here. Oh, he's got another nice fish there. Solid bag. Boy, this is going to be close. Swing and a miss. Nice. Very nice. All right, Shaun. Come on in here. 888 puts the trophy in his hand and a big check and crowns him our champion. 1, 2, 3. How about 939? Our champion, Shaun Mock. Congratulations. Very nice job, too, Teddy. You guys did a great job. It was real tight. Shaun is our 2018 SuperClean Showdown champion on Lake Shasta. Congratulations, Shaun. Tell us a little bit. I mean, obviously, you led this thing wire to wire on the co-angler side. So everybody wants to know what you figured out behind these guys to be consistent enough. You know, it's tough to lead a tournament wire to wire anytime, but when you come up here and hundreds make all the difference in the world and there's always shifts in the leaderboard, how did you figure something out to keep a better consistency on those fish that lets you lead this thing wire to wire and crown you the champion?
Well, I don't know if, you know, I was doing the same stuff a lot of other guys were doing. Probably most everybody tried. Cinco, threw some worms, grubs. What else? Little beaver. Most of my fish came on a Cinco. So.
You didn't feel like you had anything that set it apart. You felt like you obviously got the right bites. Well, what he did, folks, was he was able to figure out behind some of the best in the business out here in the West on how to catch bigger fish and tailor his approach so it would make that kind of a difference. Our wire-to-wire champion, Shaun Mock, on the co-angler side. Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Well deserved.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Okay. All right, guys, we're gonna take a quick break here. Give you guys a little time to decompress, catch your breath, and we'll be back with all the pros here and shake the pros out. So give us a couple of minutes. We'll be right back. Thank you.
For over 30 years, Lucas Oil has provided the very best products for the land and sea. From this success stems another amazing product from the Lucas Marine lineup, Lucas Slick Mist Marine Speed Wax. Just spray it on and wipe it off. Lucas Marine Speed Wax will make your boat look brand new and provide great UV protection. Apply Lucas Marine Slick Mist to wet and dry surfaces in sunlight or shade. It's ideal in both fresh and saltwater application and prevents hard water deposits. Protect your investment with Lucas Marine products.
Lucas Oil, it works. Lucas Oil, it works.
Want to achieve the highest performance out of your outboard engine? Introducing the newest product from the makers at Lucas Oil, Marine Fuel Treatment and Injector Cleaner. Lucas Marine Fuel Treatment stabilizes fuel and eliminates corrosion. It cleans and lubricates the complete fuel system. Perfect for marine outboard applications. Eliminates the need for higher octane fuels and will not void your warranty. Protect your investment with Lucas Marine products.
Lucas Oil, it works.
For over 30 years, Lucas Oil has provided the very best products for the land and sea. From this success stems another amazing product from the Lucas Marine lineup, Lucas Slick Mist Marine Speed Wax. Just spray it on and wipe it off. Lucas Marine Speed Wax will make your boat look brand new and provide great UV protection. Apply Lucas Marine Slick Mist to wet and dry surfaces in sunlight or shade. It's ideal in both fresh and saltwater application and prevents hard water deposits. Protect your investment with Lucas Marine products.
Lucas Oil, it works.
Clean Showdown here on beautiful Lake Shasta. We just crowned our co-angler champion, Shaun Mock, very deserving. Wire to wire, he led it. Now it's time to bring out the big guns. We're going to bring up the pros, and we're going to crown a champion here. It's real tight. This is going to be a great horse race. Bass fishing horse race is what we're going to do here. 2.53 pounds separates 10th place to first place. Our leader for 2 days was Jeremy McKay. Like to have Jeremy come on up here. We want to put him, where do we want to put him? The super clean hot seat. Hi Jeremy, welcome back. You ready for this?
I'm ready. It's going to be fun, so we'll get it started.
Well, as we say at the Wild West Bass Trail, saddle up and enjoy the ride. Have a seat right over there in the super clean hot seat. Jeremy McKay out of Cresswell, Oregon. He was our 2-day leader. We're going to bring up 10th place, Mr. Wayne Brazil. No stranger to the top 10. This man's an executionist pro. Won many big events. Bring him on up, Wayne. Wayne's out of Kelseyville, California, up around our favorite lake, Clear Lake. Welcome back. Good to see you, Wayne.
Good to be back.
Welcome to another top 10, sir. Let's go ahead and dig him out of there. We'll see what we got, then we'll talk about it. Wayne needs 2.53 to take the lead. Like I said, it's stacked up tight here. It's going to be a horse race. Another beautiful fish for Wayne right there. 5 fish limit. Solid representative bag. Good fish. And 2 kickers. There we go. 2 beautiful kickers right there. 2.53 to take the lead from Jeremy McKay on the hot seat. Let's see what we got. What do you think?
Oh, I don't know. These scales have been weird all week, so I don't know.
How about 11.50 today? That'll put you on the hot seat and take the lead. Tell us a little bit, Wayne, about your 3 days, a little bit about what you caught them on, how you approached the lake.
I actually lost it on the first day. I lost a bunch of big fish, and I changed my hooks a little bit, and that kind of helped me out a little bit. And, you know, when you don't execute, you can't win. So that's just the way it goes, and I'm just happy to be here.
Well, it's another consistent performance. Make the top 10. Head on over to the hot seat. We'll bump Jeremy for now, and we'll see how it shakes out. Coming to us in 9th place after day 2 would be Mr. George Gaetti out of Martinez, California. He had 21.29 to send him fishing today. Galletti. So he will need 11.30 to knock Wayne off the hot seat. Welcome back to the stage, sir.
Thank you. Not close, not even close.
Well, let's get him out of there, and we'll see how it goes. Might be safe on this one, Wayne, huh?
I hope so.
Yeah, of course. Never know. 5 fish limit. Beautiful Lake Shasta bass, nice and healthy, lively. Fish number 3. And 2 beautiful fish to round out a limit. Gonna need 11.30 to take the lead. Step over here, we'll take a look. Our weighmaster Jason Bouvier puts them on the scale, and they read 8.47, just a little bit short. Congratulations on a great week. Tell us a little bit about it, if you would.
Okay. Well, a lot of them on Cincos, a lot of them on jigs. Not a lot of fish every day, but they just got a little smaller than last day. So, matter of fact, my non-boater got a good sack today. That's about it.
Well, thanks for fishing with Wild West Bass Trail. We hope you had a great experience. Hope to see you at Don Pedro. Great job this week to make a top 10 cut. Come out and fish with us on Sunday. Thanks very much. Safe for now, Wayne?
Yeah, let's keep it going like that.
Coming to us in 8th place after 2 days of competition was Tim Wells out of Clovis, California. Tim had a 2-day total of 21.43. He will need 11.16 pounds to knock Wayne off the SuperClean hot seat. Welcome back, sir.
Thank you very much. It's good to be here.
You
Always
bet.
good to be in the top 10.
I never complained about it ever, and I know it's a good feeling. So I know you brought a 5 fish limit in. Let's see how it went for you today. Fish number 1, nice solid fish. Another beauty. Hey, they're getting bigger. They're getting bigger. Hey, there's 2 beautiful, beautiful bass right there. Nice 5 fish limit. Tim, step over here. We'll see what happens. You need 11.16 to knock Wayne out of the hot seat. Fish are going to go today. 9.38, just a little bit short, but a great bag of fish. You did a great job. Tell us a little bit about your weekend here and how you caught them.
Well, this was a tournament that was about adjustments. In practice, we had stormy weather both days, so I was throwing A-rigs and glide baits and catching really nice fish. Looking at the forecast, I knew it was all about adjustments, so I was looking for a backup pattern and ended up having to go to finesse fishing. I caught every fish that I weighed in all 3 days on a bassectomy lure, 6-inch hand-poured worm. Ended up having to go to the finesse style just to get fish.
Now, you mentioned a glide bait. Real quick, for some of our folks out here that might not be familiar with what a glide bait is or that kind of presentation, give us a quick rundown on what a glide bait is.
Well, what I was throwing was about a 10-inch bait, and it mimicked a carp. I went with a carp because I figured everybody's throwing trout, and they were reacting to it, and I was getting followers, so I was able to go back to those areas and fish the worm. But I didn't make contact with those same fish, you know. And then I was throwing the A-rig on steeper banks.
Sure, and that's important to note that sometimes, you know, these big baits, we use them as, we call them search baits. A lot of times you'll get followers come out and they'll look at that big bait. They might not commit, they might not eat it, but it can give our anglers an idea of where they can go back. I mean, they can visually locate these followers and these fish, and then they can go back and fish for them if they got to slow down. Like Tim was saying, they got to slow down and fish finesse for them, and they can get them to bite when they won't commit to a big bait. So that's a great technique. We love to highlight those kind of things for our anglers out there, because even if you're not catching them on a giant bait, you can find out where they're at and go back and catch them on things, you know, drop shot or shaky head or something like that. So thanks for the info. It's a great way to look at those things, and we appreciate you fishing with Wild West. Hope to see you at Don Pedro. Great 3 days for you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Wayne sits over here. He's hanging out. They haven't bumped him yet. Next, we're going to bring to the stage Mr. Mike Nicolini out of Napa, California. No stranger to the stage either. He's been here many times. 2163 two-day total. He needs 1096 to have a seat over here on our Super Clean hot seat. We're going to bring him out one at a time. Mike, welcome back to the stage. Good start with a big fat fish. That's a nice one. 1096. How you doing?
Oh, doing great, doing great.
Still there hanging out, watching intently. Another nice big fatty. They keep getting better. Let's see what we got coming out here. A largemouth bass out of Lake Shasta. We don't see those too often. Always good when you can catch a largemouth here. They usually help you a lot. All right, 1096 Mike's what we need. Gonna be close. 915, just a little bit shy. Great 3 days for you, Mike. Tell us a little bit about how your tournament went.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank my wife for holding down the fort and letting me come fishing. My hosts for the last 4 or 5 days was Chris and Teresa Sisto. Appreciate that very much. They take great care of me. Otherwise, I caught my fish basically between 40 and 60 feet deep. Jigs, mostly, some underspins. And I think I weighed only one fish on a Cinco. So it was a great tournament. I executed well. I just today kind of didn't get any good bites like I had been. So unfortunately, here I am.
Well, I'll tell you what, I see another opportunity real quick if you would just take a second. A lot of our anglers they don't think about fishing in 40 to 60 feet. That's pretty deep. I know your electronics are involved. Just give us a real quick breakdown on how you look at that and how you approach a 40 to say 60 feet is awful deep to be fishing. A lot of people never even think about it. So tell us real quick kind of how you look at that.
Well, I pretty much discovered the water's pretty clear. There's a lot of slime up above 20 feet. I don't catch fish when I'm reeling in slime. So I did catch one fish that was somewhere around 20 feet. But with the way the conditions were, and I was just marking a lot of fish down there. But they were pretty much on the sides of the points and flat points with steep edges on them and rock. And I fished mostly uphill the whole tournament. So pretty much with the jig, I got them to react, shaking it, popping it, and that's how it worked for me. Jig was my main deal.
Very nice. We appreciate the insight. Mike Nicolini, good pro, always competitive, and always helping all of our anglers out there. He's very knowledgeable in a lot of different things. He's always there to help. We appreciate you coming out with Wild West Bass Trail and Fishing. Thank you, sir. In 6th place after 2 days was Mr. J.R. Wright from Truckee, California. He had 22 pounds even. He's bringing some help up here with him today. Hello, sweetheart.
Hello.
He needs 1059 to knock Mr. Wayne Brazil off of the Super Clean hot seat. Fish number 1. Everybody bringing in nice 5 fish limits for us. Make it nice and close here. Fish number 2. Nice fish. And 2 really nice fish. Beautiful limit. Gonna need 1059 to take the lead. Gonna be close here. He's gonna push our leader. Nice solid bag of fish. Let's go with 9.26, just a little bit short, JR. Great 3 days here, though. You grounded out, you made the cut, you put yourself in a position to win, and I guess in this game, that's all you can ask for. Tell us a little bit about your 3 days.
Yeah, it was a fun 3 days. I'd just like to thank my wife and my family for coming up here. They drove 4 hours, and like to thank Pal Rods and Wild West for doing a tremendous job, and the crowd we got out here. What a good crowd. Pretty much I finesse fished the whole time. I went with reaction like everybody in practice, and like the one gentleman said, there was a weather change and I knew it was going to come in and do what I needed to do. I'm really a finesse fisherman, so I pretty much caught them all on Cincos the whole week, a few on tube baits, but anywhere from the bank to about 30.
Very nice. You see the adjustments these guys make. The conditions change all the time, and you'll hear them talk about throwing reaction baits or bigger baits and then having to make adjustments. That's why these guys are here, because they've been able to adjust to the changing conditions over the last 3 days, make the right decisions, and end up here at our tanks for a chance to win this thing on day 3. Who you have here with you?
This is my granddaughter, Leah. She rode 4 hours so she could come on stage.
Hey, hello.
Hello.
It's a family sport, folks. We love to have the kids up here. They're always excited, and it's always fun to have them up. Thanks again, JR. Starting the day in 5th place after 2 days was Mr. Jim Novotny out of Rockland, California. 22.59. He started the day. He needs 10 pounds even, 2-pound average. That's nothing to it. And he can go have a seat over there on the SuperClean hot seat. 2-pound average. That's nothing. So here we go with fish 1. No. He wants to go right to the scale with him. I don't blame him.
That's how much practice I have up here on day 2 or day 3.
It's always a gift when you get up here on day 3, and it's always fun. But they are getting bigger. He's got the Ranger Boat shirt on. Proud Ranger man. Evan Root outboard. A lot of money on the line for this gentleman right here. Extra $10,000 from Evan Root if he were to win. All right, let's line it up, see what happens. 5 fish today. Mr. Jim Novotny. $7.95, just a little bit shy. Catch a bunch out there today?
I did, but I got to tell you, the co-angler winner, there's a reason he won. He is phenomenal. He really caught him. I wish I'd had him around bigger fish. It could have been big. He was amazing. But I gotta say hi to my wife, Charisse. Thank you. She drove up from Sacramento. I don't see her right now, but there she is. So thank you for coming up and supporting me. And thank you, Wildwood Bass, for coming out here and giving us an opportunity to fish at this level. Without you guys, we would be lost. So we really appreciate you guys being here.
But I had a conversation with this gentleman this morning, and I don't know him well. I've seen him over the years, and he was very humble and he was very contrite, and we had a great conversation. And leave it to Jim Novotny to come up here and talk about his co-angler. He did some right things this week to make a cut and get up here and have a chance to win this tournament. And so, it's great to have somebody come up here and talk about his co-angler, but you did a great job too, and we appreciate you coming out here, and you're always right there. Thanks for fishing Wild West Bass Trail. We appreciate it. Jim Novotny, everybody. All right, we're getting closer.
We are getting very close.
Getting tighter, eliminating them down here. So it's going to tighten up, get interesting right here. In 4th place after 2 days was Mr. Cody Murray out of Nampa, Idaho. Cody had 22.87 for his 2-day total, a little over 11-pound average a day. He brings us 5 more today. Welcome back, Cody.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Absolutely. You did a great job the last 2 days. I know you brought us in another 5-fish limit, and we're going to go ahead and check it out here in a second. Did you catch a bunch today?
No, today was a lot tougher for me. Bite definitely changed. I was chasing shallow fish, and they seemed to dry up a little bit on me.
All right, well, let's get them out of there and see kind of how we do here. And you never know here. You need 972 to get on over there to that seat that you want so bad. Never wanted a chair so bad. All these fish are healthy. These guys take great care of their fish. They preserve the resource. We have a 100% release rate on these fish. Got a great release boat. Take good care of those fish. All right. 2 good kickers right there. Healthy fish. We got 5 fish here. 972 sends you over to where you want to go. 5 today, and they're going to go 928. And You know, it's like golf. These putts, you line these putts up and it's tight. Great job over the last 3 days. You earned your way up here and you did a great job. Tell us a little bit about how you approached it and some of the techniques you used.
Yeah, in practice I caught them all on reaction and had some really good days, same as about everybody else. With the weather change, everything changed. I did catch a few fish every day, still throwing a rip bait early, but then it came down to a jig and a Senko for the rest of the time. You know, just want to say hi to my wife and kids at home. Appreciate them, all the support. You guys, Wild West Bass Trail, and SuperClean for putting this one on. Just a great tournament. Appreciate you guys.
Well, thanks for coming out. You did a great job. You almost got there, and that's all we asked for is the opportunity to try to win one of these things. Thanks for fishing with Wild West Bass Trail. Congratulations. Great job. All right. We're getting down to it, folks. Getting close here. Next guy coming up to the stage here is a local pro who's always tough here, but he's tough everywhere he goes. And he has won at every level there is in bass fishing. Out of Lakehead, California, coming in third place today, Mr. Jeff Michaels. Jeff had 22.99. He led our event on day one. Slipped to third yesterday. 22.99 for 2 days. Welcome back, Jeff.
Thank you much. Had some boat issues today. I lost a couple hours, but you know, it actually probably turned out for the better. Pulled up on a spot. That cove fish that was 5.5, 6 pounds, that came off that spot, and I caught a good one off that spot and seen a couple more good ones on that spot. Yeah, we'll put them in and see what happens.
You know, we keep talking about the adjustments these guys have to make, and I mean, it's boat issues, it's weather, it's wind, it's all these things, and they always find a way to do it. So bring them out one at a time. We'll take a look at them. Nice start. Number 2, nice solid fish. They're getting better. There's a beauty. Beautiful fish. And last but certainly not least, he kind of built it up for us. You need 960 to kick Wayne up. There's the kicker we're looking for right there. Beautiful spotted bass. Jeff, great job. Like you said, you had some issues, but we were able to do that. Let's see what we got here. 11:28, new leader Jeff Michaels gets Wayne off the hot seat. He goes over there. He's got to endure a couple more. Jeff, you're a local here. You know the lake well. So when you had some boat issues, you had some ideas on where you could go. Tell us a little bit about your techniques and your approach in these last 3 days with the changing weather conditions.
Well, you know, that day one, I did everything absolutely right. I mostly just threw a Z-Man Fatty Z, mixed in some Sinkos, and everywhere I stopped, I was catching great fish. I actually put the rods under the rod locker at about 1:30 and just took my cove fishing. I threw back a 2.5, and I said, you know, I can't do this. I can't waste 2.5ers. Then that second day, it just all fell apart. The wheels fell off the bus. I lost and/or broke off a dozen more fish. Just couldn't convert anything. I had some good bites, and that's just the way it goes. You know, it was totally me. I was probably a little bit nervous going in with that big lead, and then today, coming out of the McLeod, I made it right to the mouth of the McLeod, and I felt just a little vibration, and the power chopped in half. And I looked over at Teddy. He said, "I'm afraid to let off, Teddy, because once I do, this thing it might seize on me." So I got right to the mouth of the McLeod. I let off. It kept running, but I tried to get it back up on pad, and we got about 8.8 miles an hour. I stared at that for about an hour and a half. Then we kind of talked it over a little bit and said, "Well, Teddy, if we go back right now, we don't have a chance." Teddy ended up second. I bet I end up in second, but we made a call right there just to go up towards Wood Island, and I knew a couple spots that held some good fish, and so we went up there and just prayed we could make it back. Thanks to Jason, he did send a boat out that shadowed us on our way back, but the Evinrude got me back. Yeah, I didn't think I had 11.5 today, but I'm glad I did.
Great bag of fish. It puts you in a position to at least have a shot to win. A couple of takeaways real quick with a pro like Jeff Michaels. And one of the things is fish management. You heard him say that he had a big bag of fish, 15.11 on day one, and he actually quit fishing. So a lot of times these guys, you know, it's weather management, it's equipment that we hope doesn't break down on us, and he had both, unfortunately. But it's the way these guys manage their fish sometimes that can lead them to the winner's circle, because when they're on big fish like that, you know, if you got 15 pounds, you got a 3-pound average, and you start catching 2.5-pound fish, you don't need that fish today, but you darn sure might need that fish tomorrow or on cut day. So this is part of how these guys really refine what they do, fish management, and there was a lesson on it right there from Jeff Michaels. We're going to put him in the SuperClean hot seat and see if it holds up for you, buddy. Great job today. Absolutely. Well, we got 2 left, and they're both very capable. Coming into into our event today in second place is a guy that's had national success all over the place, a consummate pro, very, very good angler from Red Bluff, California, Greg Gutierrez, next to the stage. Greg comes to us with 23.30 for 2 days. He is going to need 10.97 to bump Jeff Michaels off the hot seat. Welcome back, Greg. Good to see you again.
Hey, it's good to be back. I like being up here with these guys.
It's a lot of fun, isn't it?
It gets funner the further you go.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I'm sure he's got a great bag of fish. He's going to pull them out of here one at a time. We're going to take a look at them.
These fish always look really small next to Jeff. I just hate wading in behind him, man.
He's a big man. Fish number 2, Mr. Greg Gutierrez. He says, I'm going in fast with him. Hold him up. Everybody wants to see him. Beautiful Lake Shasta bass. There you go. He is holding him up. And there's a nice kicker. Beautiful fish, Greg. Step over here. We'll take a look. We need 10.97.
Ooh, that might not make it.
How about 9.16, just a little bit short. Great finish for you. You fished a great tournament. Everybody's curious to know how Greg Gutierrez lined these up out here the last 3 days. Can you tell us a little bit about your whole tournament experience?
Absolutely. You know, I started this tournament with the inclement weather. I mean, it was really awesome. I was throwing a Frenzy Baits A-rig. It's the new Kira. It's got blades on it. And I was throwing that around and getting a lot of bites. And the fish were really pushing the bait. As soon as they'd hit it, they would just knock slack in it. And then I realized, well, with weather coming in, things are going to change. So I started looking for a secondary pattern, and I found a decent secondary pattern where I was dropping on these fish with a nail, with a Frenzy Baits nail, which is a shaky head. I also noticed that if I threw a smaller bait, I wouldn't get the bites as fast. So I went up and threw a 7-inch worm. Where everybody was throwing smaller worms, I was going up in size. And then I would find these other deeper fish out in 35, 40 foot of water where I could drop the new whack-a-sack jig on them, and with just a little baby beaver, and they would just eat it as soon as it get down there. So I could catch my limit really fast. And then I just started covering area looking for pods of fish. I found several good pods that were holding hundreds of fish. It was just incredible how many fish I was catching. And I just worked those fish, and as soon as I could get a decent limit that I was feeling comfortable with, I would just start running known points, places where I knew big fish would lurk. And the first day I caught a 340 something. Second day I had a 411 with a 3-pounder. And today I just couldn't get a big bite. I mean, just one bite puts me in 11 pounds. But you know, that's just the way fishing is here, and you can get out and catch hundreds of fish right now. This lake is really fishing well.
So I picked up on one thing you said, and maybe for our crowd out here, tell us a little bit about, I'm assuming that you're finding these fish on your electronics, your Lowrance electronics. Tell everybody kind of how you do that, because I mean, a lot of times they think you just pull up on these things, you drop down, you're catching these fish, and you said you're dropping on these fish. You are actually seeing them on your electronics, correct?
Absolutely. I throw the Lowrance HDS Gen 3s. I use the 12s because I'm getting old man eyes. And this great big TV screen in front of me is just awesome. I can see the graph, I see them, the fish move in, and literally I'll pull up that Wackasack Elite. It's basically, if you haven't heard about this bait, it's really cool. It's just a dongling weight with a hook attached to it. The Elite is using the Trapper Tackle hook. The Elite is just awesome. It's just that new Trapper Tackle drop shot hook equipped on that weight just presents the bait down, but you can see the bait go down. The Lowrance picks everything up. You watch the fish address it, and then all of a sudden the line tightens up. It's really cool.
Greg Gutierrez, the maker of innovative baits, a very, very excellent fisherman, and always a threat to win an event, not only at Lake Shasta, but wherever you find him. Thank you very much, Greg. Great tournament. Absolutely.
Yeah, you know, I just wanted to thank my wife, Bobby, and all my friends and family for supporting me. Obviously, Gone Fishing Marine takes care of me. They keep my boat running. They keep my Merc running well. iRods, super sensitive stuff, Gamma Line, Reaction Innovations, Trapper Tackle. You know, all these people are just heads up. They just make great product. Dual Realis, all these folks are just awesome. Check them out. It works for me. You know, it's 2018 and everybody's making good stuff, but I know it works for me.
It works well for you too, sir. Thank you very much. You're always a threat. Thanks, Greg Gutierrez, everybody. Okay. Are we done? Oh, no. I got one guy over here thinks it wanted to be done pretty bad. Hanging in there.
Yeah.
Hanging in there.
Yeah, a little nervous this next guy. I know where he was at, and that's one of my spots, and I know there's some giant ones up there, so I'm a little nervous.
Well, let's hang out for a few more minutes, make you a little more nervous, huh? Everybody, please welcome back to the stage our Day 1 leader out of Cresswell, Oregon, Mr. Jeremy McKay, 2362 coming in. He needs 1065 to be crowned our champion. I see he's not nervous a bit. Come on up here, Jeff. Let's take a look at this whole thing. This is going to be fun. You ready to do this, Jeremy?
I'm ready, and I got to say, you know, it's kind of funny that, you know, Jeff said that's one of his spots, because you know, I found it in practice. Thought it was interesting. I never saw another boat up there until yesterday. Of course, Jeff shows up, which makes me feel good, because this guy knows this like better than I think anybody. So I knew I was in the right area, but to be honest, today they weren't there. I spent 5.5 hours up there, had 6.5 pounds. You know, the last 2 days the bite was, you know, turning on late, so I was trying to, you know, wait it out. Fish were on the graph, but just weren't showing up. So, you know, I made a decision to bail, leave that area, and ran out to the main lake, one of my favorite rock piles. I don't know, second, third cast, got one pushing 3. I'm thinking, okay, you know, that's helping, and then I throw in there again, get a 2 1/4. Then I run back into one of the other.
Before we give away all that, let's just say.
Oh, well, I'm just saying. I mean, and then I run back into the back of another river and pop another big one. So it was just incredible. In the last hour and a half, I culled up 5 pounds. And
so, quick question: Have you, your tournament experience? Have you won big events before? Have you been on this stage? And what's your experience that way?
No, I mean, I fish a lot back in Oregon, but a big tournament back in Oregon is 50 boats. You're fishing for $2,000, you know. So, you know, I fished one pro event, FLW, last year on the Delta, and, you know, didn't do super well. But this is my first major pro event, and I'm excited to see what I got here.
Well, you have brought yourself right to the edge of being crowned champion here, sir. So I think everybody's ready to check it out.
And I seen him on that rock pile, and I seen him net that fish, and I'm going, no, not really. It actually is one of my spots. It's a little deeper than I like to fish it right now, but it's a great swim bait rock pile, and yeah, I've caught some monsters off of there. So I knew I was in trouble when I seen him pull up on that.
Well, let's do it one at a time, see what happens. Either way, we're going to have a great champion here. There's number 1. Those two must have come off of Jeff's first spot there, huh? I guess. Now they're getting better. And let's see here. And two really nice kickers right there to round it out. Beautiful limit. Gonna be close, guys. It's gonna be close. And this is what we love. You ready for this, buddy?
Oh, I've been ready. Let's see what we got here.
And here we go. 1065 sends him home with the victory. 1023. Just shy. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on just a second before we talk to our champion, Jeff Michaels. Just give us a quick rundown and tell us about your experience here. We want to give you a little more time. You did a great job, and you pushed it right to the limit, and you fished a clean tournament. Tell us a little bit more about your weekend, sir.
It was great. I had a good pre-fish. Found a lot of new water. The lake's new to me, so it's a matter of exploring, trying to find fish that want to eat, and getting on a pattern. So, first, second day of the event, I found good fish in one area, and like I said, today it just didn't pan out. So I had to bail, go elsewhere, and helped out. Helped out a lot. Got me back in position where I needed to be. Not quite enough. So congrats to Jeff. That's an outstanding event.
You did a great job. You got a great future, and this is invaluable experience, and you handled it well. We appreciate you fishing with Wild West. We hope to see you at Don Pedro. Congratulations on a great finish. We got a great check for you today.
Okay, I want to thank my sponsors, Art Ferreira with Drain Raider. He makes this at least the financial part of it a little bit easier to handle, and my beautiful wife, she's my biggest supporter, basically my manager, so it helps out a lot. Enigma fishing rods, they definitely help me land more fish. If you guys haven't used Enigma rods, try them out. I think you'll like them. And of course, got to thank God. If it wasn't for God, we wouldn't be here. So thank you, everybody.
Well said, sir. Thanks again very much. Well, champ, another trophy for the case. Another great event. You fished and hung in there. You slipped a little bit on day 2.
A little bit?
Just a little bit. I mean, you only went to 3rd place. You had half your weight, but you always find a way to rebound and stay with it, and you ground it out, and here you are again. Tell us a little bit more about your weekend, how everything went. We know you broke down. We had some issues, but, Jeff Michaels finds a way to win. He did it again. Congratulations, sir.
Yeah, just thanks to Wild West, and they're under new management. These guys are still doing a great job up here, and I can't say enough about these guys. Jason, thank you much. I must have called him 50 times. Poor guy got about 200 texts that first night. That Wednesday was the perfect storm. Everyone's out throwing swim baits. I actually didn't pull one out of the rod locker because I'd looked at the weather and said, I don't want to mess myself up. I know I can get a ton of swim bait bites right now. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to go and look for something else. And that's what I did. And then I just stuck with it, that little Z-Man Fatty Z for most of the tournament. And today I was throwing a weightless Yamamoto Cinco. And I was actually working better, but we had quite a bit of north wind, so I couldn't do it. And my stuff on the McLeod dried up, so I made that move. And then after the motor problems, made the critical decision. We'll limp it to where I know there's some good fish, and just hope for the best. And it worked out. I didn't think I was going to have enough to win, but God willing, I did. And thanks everyone out there. And I want to thank a couple local sponsors: Phil's Propeller, Arnold Francelli makes Mother's Finest, Don and Diane at Sportsman's Express Shell. Great folks. They help us out. They help all the fishermen out. There's more, and I'm forgetting, and I'm terrible about thanking the sponsors. But it's great to see Gary out now fishing instead of running this. Thanks everyone. Thanks, Mom. My mom's in the crowd. My girlfriend Tracy. My niece Jean is going to have a grand niece. I guess that's what you call it, right? And a whole bunch of friends. The Guthrie brothers out there. All the guys I fish with. Just thanks everyone. As you know, yeah, I don't know what else to say.
Hoist that trophy up. Show it to everybody, buddy. Jeff Michaels, guys. Great champion, great fisherman. You guys around Lake Shasta have a great champion in Jeff Michaels. He is a phenomenal fisherman, and he adds another trophy to his trophy case. Congratulations, Jeff. Thanks for coming out and supporting Wild West Bass Trail. Everybody, we can't thank you enough. The SuperClean Showdown at Lake Shasta, it's been a good one. There's been a ton of fish caught, and we had a nice horse race here at the end. Jeff Michaels crowned our champion. We'll see everybody at Don Pedro. That's our next stop on the Wild West Bass Trail Pro-Am Tour. Hope to see everybody out there. The fishing ought to be great. Real quick, while I got Jeff, do you know anything about Don Pedro?
I know they eat trout.
So there you go. Trout eaters or swim bait eaters, folks. So we ought to see some giants wade. Once again, thanks everybody for your support, Wild West Bass Trail. We'll see you down the road.
For over 30 years, Lucas Oil has provided the very best products for the land and sea. From this success stems another amazing product from the Lucas Marine lineup, Lucas Slick Mist Marine Speed Wax. Just spray it on and wipe it off. Lucas Marine Speed Wax will make your boat look brand new and provide great UV protection. Apply Lucas Marine Slick Mist to wet and dry surfaces in sunlight or shade. It's ideal in both fresh and saltwater application and prevents hard water deposits. Protect your investment with Lucas Marine products.
Lucas Oil, it works.
Want to achieve the highest performance out of your outboard engine? Introducing the newest product from the makers at Lucas Oil, Marine Fuel Treatment and Injector Cleaner. Lucas Marine Fuel Treatment stabilizes fuel and eliminates corrosion. It cleans and lubricates the complete fuel system. Perfect for marine outboard applications. Eliminates the need for higher octane fuels and will not void your warranty. Protect your investment with Lucas Marine products.
Lucas Oil, it works.